Yo, here's a long overdue video for Adult Gohan because we covered all his mid-screen optimals and rejumps in the first video, so now it's time to do that for the Kona. All of those kind of work in the corner with a few adjustments, especially close to the corner, and you lose access to the side switch concepts obviously, but the goal here is to explore and organize all of his key corner combo routing so you guys can understand not just his optimals but overall combo theory in order to make your own variations, your own concept combinations, and more, since Gohan's combo potential is indeed limitless. We'll organize by levels, a few Spark concepts per levels, TODs as they come, and I'll highlight optimals in the comments as well. So pretty much this video combined with the last mid-screen one is like your full completed Adult Gohan optimal combos guide for the current version 1.42 of FighterZ. And that's not all though, we'll have a little updated pressure guide for Gohan next as well. Level 0, alright, first of all, in the corner you can end any combos with the easy key blast into light back fist for a knockdown, as you should know. But for loops, let's start it off with his OG loops at level 0 from back in the day, little history class. It's not optimal, but it's helpful to know this theory because it can be helpful for some specific routes or hit confirms in matches honestly. And this does change a bit sometimes at level 1. Sometimes you might freestyle into these for hit confirm. Basically, you just need to learn to jump cancel the first 5L hit, then slightly delay that j.HM and fully hold your late legs until you land and repeat. Here's a scaled version example, but I wanted to also highlight how you can Z-tag after his medium DP into JDR to end combos with Gohan, which many people don't seem aware of. But of course, his optimals now revolve around beam loops where you fully hold the legs again to land. From a heavy starter, you can get 2 of these and still be able to do the DP tag trick, needing to jump up into JDR. Just wanted to showcase how 2 loops can still connect into this. The DP tag actually has a lot more hit stun than it seems, which allows for more synergistic things to take place instead of just tagging after beams or legs. Like here you can go into Piccolo to jump up medium slash into Hell Zone to get even more damage, so optimizing the Piccolo synergy here, and that Piccolo Gohan shell is always lovely to have. Since we're talking about tag tech, of course he has his EX legs that can help with some easy DRs or other synergistic things because of all of the hit stun from the EX legs, and it's easier to add his key blast to it in the corner. But anyways, back to loops, here's an easy auto-timed version for 5.6k and 1.8 bars at level 0. What's nice is that if you land the fully held leg, just mash 5L, you can get that link to go, even at level 1, but we'll see later. Ultimately though, it's better to link 2L 5M 3H after you land for a bit more damage, although this link can be tricky with some key blasts to add in. Scaled, remove the key blast to get up to 4.6k and 2 bars from an IAD starter. That's about it for level 0, but let's cover some quick Spark stuff. His best Spark starter is 5H beam into Spark Whiff, then 2M in order to maximize the combo and minimize scaling. And of course, with Spark active, you get access to the level 7 DP loops in the corner at level 0. But the timings are a bit different in Spark compared to when you're in level 7. You need to delay your special cancels much more than at level 7, and you can also special cancel with Super Dash, which you can't do at level 7. This gives you a meter positive TOD here. The cancels are his optimal Spark stuff, but of course I'll also go over a few concept. He has these sort of TK leg links after 5H, delaying the jump up tabbed medium legs, where you can land a 5H repeat again. It's really tricky to loop, but it's sick and unique, found by Gamerflo I think. And if you don't like the special cancels and DP loops, here's just a really simple and easy solo TOD in the corner with limited Spark cancels, because I also did want to show off the vanish stuff at the end, where you can do the empty vanish jump back JDR, which can be really cool as an easy add-on in Spark for Gohan. Before we get to level 1 though, let's go over some level up combo stuff. There's a lot of interesting DHC setups like getting Oki with some character supers, or even JDR after others like Gogeta Blue's Big Bang Kamehameha. I like saying Kamehameha, I don't know why. But sometimes you can also DAC into your super to whiff it on purpose during another character's animation and still get sliding knockdown, like with Vegito here since back fist does track. You might be able to do this without his EX legs as well, to be honest. Or with Gotenks, DHCing it earlier to continue the combo with Gohan. You can get creative. Maybe you can get a video to showcase every DHC synergy, because there's a lot. But also, he has some solo level up setups without assist I want to go over by himself. If you do 5H 5S into 236H plus S, which is your super dash button, that is the key. You can press 3L afterwards to pick it up, but you lose sliding knockdown here unless you vanish or use an assist, since your supers interact in the combo, which removes sliding knockdown. However, this isn't universal, or doesn't seem to be. Another version for solo level ups is after beam loop, then doing 2L 5H beam into 226H plus S. This one feels a lot easier and is universal. Just be careful on skill starters to limit the hits before the 5H, and you can even try doing 2L 5H level up without the beam as well. But of course the key is to use that 226H plus S because of the adjusted knockback angle and frame advantage. With that, we're at level 1. The OG loops from back in the day change a bit here by doing 5S 2S super dash into air dash JH following the rest of the formula, but instead here you keep the J2H smash into backface when you're leveled up as an ender. It's obviously better when we add his beam into it. Here's the auto time version that's really easy, holding the light input then mashing it after just one beam loop for almost 6k damage and almost 2 bars unscaled. Optimally though, you want to do the 2L stuff. From a 2M you can get 2 beam loops ending in the air smash ender for 6.3k 2.1 bars. And if you want to optimize the scaled version from an IAD heavy, you combine a rep of the OG loop with a 2L, adding in a key blast into that smash down heavy ender to total you at a net universal 5k damage and nearly 2.25 bar. Now you can do this smash aerial down heavy into the light backfist, but it's slightly better to do the medium backfist version after smash for slightly more damage. So you can replace any of the light ones that I put in the notations with the medium ones whenever you want. If you want to end with assist, you can go into a slightly more damaging route if you go for 5H 5S into beam loops. You can end with a DR or JDR or whatever, but here's an example of synergy with his medium DP into SSJQ's medium face and grounded DR extension. Charging up the special beam cannon a little bit for a 3-bar Sparkless Team TOD in the Kona. Double father-son synergy, you feel me? You can also add some 3L into these for some loops and some sauce. You can get 2 of these loops if you wanted to, but the 3L kind of scales combos down in terms of hit stun and damage, but it is worth noting. And you can do the 5L into 3L as well. Those are the main ones you need, but here's some other links to note. Starting with the auto combo he got from the recent patch where you can land into 2L, or you can land 3L or 5L into any of the route concepts that we just discussed. Getting loops or whatever you want, but again, you need to end with an assist to get that Dragon Rush since you used the back fist earlier in the combo. That's not really worth it honestly unless you land an auto combo as a hit confirm and want to maximize the damage from that. But again, you can't get sliding knockdown without spending resources, so be careful of that, but you can freestyle a lot from here. His light DP links become much easier in the corner where it can be easily looped multiple times for some LDP sauce. You can add it after 2L after a loop by slightly delaying that quarter circle forward light, showing off how you can 2M super dash here. Another loop he has is these key blast medium leg loops, slightly delaying 2S after the 5Hs, especially the first one, then holding forward after medium kicks. Honestly, it's pretty easy and this was found by Gamerflo. Here's another variation with an assisted ender, needing to heavily delay that last 2S a lot to get the beam to land. And you can actually input the quarter circle forward special motion even in the air so that the beam can come out right when you land. Gohan's Clayton palm loops are easier now with a delay 3S into delay 3L. You can get up to 4 loops or more. Before he had the close key blast with 3S, you had to do 2S into dash up, which was harder. From a down heavy, definitely mastered this EX fist into JL 3L. Just hold down forward and mash light the entire time, to be honest. You need to press 2M right away after 3L to get that link with an assisted JDR in there for 6k, or else you can just do 3L into 5H ASAP to be easier. Now that first route I showed builds you the half a bar for the EX, but if you already have some meter, it's more optimal to do this harder route with land 3L, where you can get 2 loops here for 6.5k and more. And if you start with 4 bars and have both assists available, you can resource dump into this route. Either doing assist into beam into your second assist, then grounded DR for like 6.9k, but I just love that DP tag setup, although it's less optimal for 6.7k. Then going into your super, seeing what works to get the kill. From a Dragon Rush, it seems most optimal to combine a rep of his 5L loop with 2L into beam and continue. However, you can't get sliding knockdown at all unless you have like a blue Vegeta or 16 or something to tag into. But assist can help you get into supers. For some spark routes besides the DP loops, of course all of the multi-leg stuff from mid-screen applies in the corner like this. But for some other newer spark notes, you can set up this 2S double kicks route found by Gamerflo. You can actually continue to loop it with a delayed 2S, but it can be tricky. Just wanted to note that if you can land his kicks, you can always get access to back in Spark as well. I should have noted that in level 0. Another really interesting link is a triple legs concept after empty vanish fastfall after DPs. Hold the S after fastfall and up forward for that super jump, then tap the 236M, 3 of them, where you can super dash on the third one to continue the combo thanks to Gamerflo for inspiring this combo. You can also set up multiple LDP links, up to 8 if you get the timings route as found by Gamerflo. I found that delaying that 3H helps a little bit, but the more DPs you add, the harder the routings gets. Gohan also has a few instant air dash loops in Spark. There's this one with an air dash j.h wave after 2S. You can get multiple of these, you just need to delay the 2S after the 5H smash, but it is a bit tricky to continue the loop. I just combine it with the DP stuff for some sauce. Scarlet Photon found these IAD loops into light leg loops, and man are they hard. You need to input the quarter circle forward light right after the instant air dash, which can be tricky on your fingers. And Izanami made this into an even harder version by adding 3L into it. You can loop it up to 4 to 5 times, but it gets harder for every loop. If you land these online, make sure to tag your boy because that would be hype. Scarlet also found this really cool air backdash after his EX legs link. Just mash the light to land that falling JL, but then you can land into 3L. Then you can kind of freestyle into whatever you want with more special cancels or whatever. And even if you mess up the timings or don't land, if you overmash the JLs, you still get a smash sliding knockdown. For TODs besides the DP loops, you can get this cool beam light DP into 5H link, but you have to heavily delay the beam after 5H because that delay keeps you closer, so the DP can actually just skim them so you're able to land that meaty hit afterwards. You can get 2 to 3 of these, but it's actually very tricky and hard, not gonna lie. And here's a reminder that light DP is also a great TOD starter being an anti-air, and here's an alternate path with the LDP by landing 5L 3H. But I really like this ender with a key blast into heavy into leg. At level 3 there's not much besides the damage buffs, so I'll only give a brief showcase. But you gain access to a new ender with a double dash. So one to double jump up, then you super dash, then air dash after a couple JLs, where you can get that ender with 3 lights into kicks with this routing. And yeah, don't forget that you can do the medium backfist as well instead of light for more damage. You can also get double air dash on the ground after a 5H. Maybe you could loop these actually, but you can definitely get easy loops with reverse beat that we'll see later. And I also want to show how on these long combos you can still get an EX backfist extension, delaying the EX legs here and all just to show that these links are indeed possible. However, at level 5, a lot of things changed on top of more damage buffs with the reverse beat. First of all you guys should be familiar with his basic rejump and enders at this phase. I like doing this one, but you can also do j.HM heavy, J4LL, both are fine. But the way reverse beat works is that in the air you have 2 JLs, 1 medium, and 1 heavy you can use. So you can interchange them in any order that you want. In this example, pressing all auto combos cycle through light, medium, heavy, light. But I show how after the double jump on bigs you can do JH, then press L auto combo again to cycle through the rest. So it's good to know how this works, because you can also reverse beat down heavy as well and the key blast. Before we continue with the juggles, a cool thing to note is that after 5H you can go into auto combo, which means we can go into the auto combo sauce that we discussed earlier, adding some reverse beat concepts in here as well, combining theories together, sauce. If you wait a bit after 5H for that auto combo, you can 3L after you see that up kick, then jump up and get some kick links. Even triple if you can double jump before starting your leg loops. And the last cool rejump before we move on to his optimals is this sequence if you don't use 2M before 5H. So you can go into that delayed 2M 5S 2S super dash air dash sequence. But these combos get too long to end solo without assist. Here's a skilled example to show that you can actually add leg extensions before that 3L to be more saucy with it, but it does reduce output. Just tapping quarter circle forward medium, using this simple assisted ender to get a nice scaled 5k end over 2 bars. Now for his optimal routes at level 5, he has 2. He has IADs and he has fast falls. For his IAD loops, you just need to make sure your IAD input is very clean to jump up and then air dash forward, and input as fast as you can. Unskilled with 2 loops, you can get 6.2k and 2 bars with solo sliding knockdown. Skilled, nothing changes too much for 5.1k and 2.3 bars, getting 2 loops, which is amazing. A different 6M ender is after your loops, or only after 1 loop if you want, land into 5H, 6M, and 3H into the rest, and you can just mash all of these so it comes out. Doing 3L before the 5H can help with consistency as well. You can also start IAD loops off differently as well. Here I use the leg extensions with a 3L into 5H, which is auto timed on mids to bigs, but doesn't seem to work on smalls, aka GT Goku, for a fun different route here. Here's actually a loop of this together, needing to heavily delay that 5S 2S sequence after the second loop. It can be really tight to get that 5H to connect, especially the second time, so you can just do a regular super dash series or lights after 2S. This turns into a TOD inspired by Abasedtohan on YouTube. Here's an alt version to these IAD loops with a DP extension. Doesn't seem to work on smalls, but you essentially need to delay the 3H slightly, then do your aerial heavy light into an IAD, and if you have some assist you can get like 7k damage, which means you can add up your supers with enough meter to TOD without spark in a pretty stylish fashion. A non-IAD rejump can revolve around this delay 3S into j.HM links, going into whatever you guys want. But the interesting level 5 stuff is from his fast fall juggles. So let's start with an auto-timed route where you can just mash the 5L. The 3L part can be tricky, but you can go into 3H. Here I mixed in the 5H 6M stuff, ending with an assisted JDR for 6.3k. You can loop these concepts solo, start with these for auto time setups, practice here, and then you can get solo sliding knockdown for 6.2k, which is super dope and stylish. And you can add a third fastfall into JL J2H Smash, ending with whichever back fist EX can help to get the ground bounce for assist as well. But honestly, because of the damage buffs, if we compare this to his easy beam loops, that turns into 6.3k, so that easier route is low-key just as optimal as this easy fastfall. But the fastfall stuff can become much more optimal if you add beams into it. So here's how that looks like. And for this route, you can add 5M before the 2M for more damage, but that makes the timing way more strict on that last fastfall JL 5M, leading to 7k damage and 2.2 bars. From a scale starter, you can get 1 loop, 2 loops if you can minimize the hits to only 2 hits before the beam, but from 1 loop, you still get a huge 5.4k and 2.25 bars. But yeah, you can combine these with other concepts, like here you can do dash j.h legs from the level 1 section, then combine the auto-time JL 5M fastfall link for a balance of sauce from different concepts. Here's a really sick and cool Super Dash Staircase fastfall version I found by Lepo, and I have an even more optimal shorts on this because I just love this combo so much. And the reason why I love it is because, bro, double fastfall with reverse beating the J2H with JM, then you double jump up. This works on smalls, but is hard, and this leads to a TOD with assist. Definitely gonna try to add this one to the bag. Besides the grounded sauce, fastfalls can be useful from a down heavy as well. The trick to these combos is after the super dash, wait a little bit, so delay that JH a little bit so that when you fastfall you can mash that medium to land a JM5M link. Then you can go into simple extensions. But of course you can loop it. After that first part, the rest is auto time for a universal route by super jumping up to be high for that auto combo. Then fastfall light 5H beam, continuing in the assist for 6.6k. The optimal 2H route is by Scarlet Photon, needing to be very precise timing on that delayed JH to land a falling JM into 5H into beam. This route leads to 7.2k with an assisted JDR, but if you're solo, this turns into a TOD by just vanishing into level 3. Perhaps you could optimize this even further, I don't know. These concepts apply to Dragon Rush. It's just way harder to get that delay timing because of the height, so a lot more strict with the timings and you can't add as much. JL into 3H is probably the most practical combo, sadly. So yeah, you can combine a lot of concepts together, different heights, timings, concepts, build-ups, etc. Here's a few extra examples before we move on to some sparking concepts. We'll start the sparking stuff with a variation of the previous jump up loops by Gamerflo, delaying the 5S after jumping up forward, delay that medium, delay that air heavy, getting like 2 of these, but honestly it feels much harder than it looks, not gonna lie. With a 6M you can air dash into key blast super dash, combining some double air dash routes with fast falls. This concept can be used to confirm 6M overheads as well. Here's the reverse beat version of that double air dash medium IAD loops, because we can get 2 loops. For this reverse beat, you want to input JLH then LL to get height, IAD, light heavy, delay medium, so you can land for 1 more loop. And reminders on that empty vanish DP as well, turning this into a solo TOD double air dash double loop style, because I feel like it deserves a TOD, you know? Izanami shows this really fancy way to get into fast fall loops by delaying your held empty vanish into whiffed medium back fist to side switch, and then you can go into some sauce here, then go into any fast fall loops routes that we went over or create your own. Now we can get over his Spark Staircase loops. You can set it up however you want as long as you get this 3H heights where you super jump with 2 lights, air dash heavy medium, land, continue your combo. Definitely need to add this one into the combo bag. Here's a way to loop these staircases twice. It is quite difficult, not gonna lie. You need to be very quick with your inputs and make sure you 3H them high so that when you hit them from below. That helps you get the second staircase to go. It is universal but way harder on smalls. And here's how it turns into a meter positive TOD from a light DP, getting you to level 7 as well. And finally, the hardest version of these staircases in my opinion is with a super dash 4 sets of lights, air dash 2 sets of light, air dash again, heavy, delay medium. Then you can 3H super jump up, medium heavy, light, double jump lights, air dash lights to use your double dash. And if you're better with the timings, you can fit a 5M on the ground as well before having to jump up. But this one is pretty tricky, not gonna lie. This is probably his hardest Spark Staircase that I found. And I think I saw this from Abasedtohan. To end off the video, we have level 7 add last, mostly revolving around the same DP loops we've seen throughout the whole video. His optimal loops unscaled look something like this with 5H, as you know. So this leads to easy TODs, not much else to say. The damage is insane. Here's an example of it TODing off a skill starter in a different loop route, omitting Using the 5H's actually helps you to get extra loops, so for skill combos it feels better. And if you use EXDP on the first one, it gives you a lot more damage earlier on, so it's helping with your scaling. Just make sure you let more of that EXDP hits land before you cancel out of it to maximize the damage though. Another tip for solo level 7 TODs, because of how they changed his level up super, doing his level 1 super then comboing after actually scales the following super after that way more. It can be nice to get sliding knockdown with a JDR after the super, sure, or to combo after using your level up super as a frame for reversal on defense. But if you want damage, just do level 1 cancel into level 3 as usual right away when you're in limit break to avoid the damage scaling and super penalty. As you can see here, the first one leads to 3.8k with the Dragon Rush added in between, but if you cancel it right away you get 5.2k. Huge difference for scaling and to kill your opponent. But even at level 7, you don't always need to spam with just special cancels or DP loops. You can combine all of the previous concepts together how you want with just having higher damage buffs now. And here, like Spark, you always have access to that very secure sliding knockdown options with your legs into back fist, just not needing Spark anymore. And of course, we had to end the video off with a dramatic finish TOD. You can go into however you want. The only issue about dramatic finish TODs is not killing too early, so be careful of that. The good thing about the level up super is that it actually helps you to get the vanish afterwards. So that's probably the only thing that the level up helps you with, being able to combo afterwards with a vanish. And the only difference is that when you're sparked up, you can just super dash cancel your specials, which you can't at level 7 base, even though I feel like you should be able to. I don't know. With that being said, man, thank you all for watching. Hope you learned something new, and more Adult Gohan coming in the way. Pressure video coming soon, and I'm planning to cover Teen Gohan as well. This is gonna be a Gohan week, man, so stay tuned for that. See y'all next time, man. Peace.